You might be watching this whenever you're watching it. At this moment, we are 2 hours away from being 1 week away from the trade deadline. And here's my top 5 list of guys I would go all in for at the trade deadline. Hit it.
High five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rich's top 5.
Now then, we all know Kevin Byard, Mr. Tennessee, got traded from the Titans.
Wow.
A 5-time captain.
How?
On the back end of their defense.
Wow.
I don't know. Howie Roseman did his Jedi mind trick again. Although Rand Carthon knows what he's doing. I had a nice chat with the general manager of the Titans over in London. But, Kevin Byard is now a Philadelphia Eagle, which means maybe, the Titans are open for business. More than just that. Keep a pin in that for later on in my top 5. But the reason why I'm mentioning all of this is because there's a safety market that's out there. And I don't think it's over and filled and done with. I don't think Philadelphia is the only one that was in this market. And if you're interested in somebody who is a team captain, go figure that. They made him a captain in Denver. Boston College's finest, Justin Simmons, number 5 on this list. I would call up the Denver Broncos. You need a safety, and you need the back end of your defense solidified because your offense is ready to roll, and you've got a chance to make the playoffs this year and make a run. You get this guy. And a lot of Denver Bronco fans are hearing me right now, and they're saying, shut up. We don't want him going anywhere. We want him staying here. This is a guy who's been caping for Russ. This is a guy who puts his heart out there on the field for the Denver Broncos and is a face of the franchise. And this guy, I would go all in for. And again, by all in, I mean I'll overpay. I'll Godfather offer if I feel like this guy's going to put me over the top. Or you can come up with the way Howie Roseman could do, these aren't the droids you're looking for. And suddenly he's your safety. So that's number 5. Number 4 on the list. If the Titans are open for business, I am calling up Rand Carthon. And I am saying, I want DeAndre Hopkins. When I had a conversation with this all-pro in London, I'm like, okay, he's got a head on his shoulders. He has got a bunch of talent. You think he's toast because we're not seeing him be DeAndre Hopkins in Tennessee like we saw in Houston and Arizona? You think he's toast because Arizona let him walk? He was talking about, and the Titans confirmed it, his GPS numbers. He's running as fast as he's ever run before. He is at the top of his game. And I'll say it again. I say it all the time. Name me another receiver when he's on the sideline that his feet are in bounds.
Good one.
When he's going to the ground on the sideline, not only did he make the catch, the ground isn't going to knock it loose. He tapped his feet. Like, I don't need to see the replay. That's DeAndre Hopkins. Why wouldn't the Bills go and get him? Again, why wouldn't the Bills go and get him? Go get him. Go get him. That's just one of the for instances.
There's a couple teams I can
Why wouldn't Dallas go?
That was my whole point in the offseason. We got Brandon Cooks. That's great.
Go get him.
He's not the type of receiver that we need for that offense. This guy, D-Hop,
get him.
It was a better catch by eye.
Number 3, I don't know if he's available because the Rams offered 2 ones for him last year and they said no. But now they're 0-6 and they're out of draft choices. They're out of draft choices. Right now, they're going to watch the Bears maybe get Caleb Williams or watch somebody else. Watch the Bears get Marvin Harrison. I mean, keep going. But Brian Burns, hey, Carolina, are you? Because I understand why they wouldn't want to pluck someone off the offense and trade him. Because you're still trying to evaluate Bryce Young right now. So I understand Adam Thielen's lighting it up. That wouldn't be a bad guy to call up and say, is he available? But I understand why Carolina's like, we're not touching the offense here. We're just we need to evaluate this kid, and we need him to get his lumps taken care of now so we don't have him later. But call up Carolina, Brian Burns. And their first order of business, like, we said no to the Rams for 2 ones, so what do you have? You can replenish. Number 2. You know how I feel about this guy. If the Titans are selling, how much for Derrick Henry? How much? And I'll pay it. I said yesterday with David Montgomery going down, the Lions didn't have that sand in the pants type running back. What about this guy for the Detroit Lions? What if you stick him in Detroit?
Now we're talking.
Now, again, I know David Montgomery has been terrific, and he's hurt now, and he comes back. Split the carries. Derrick Henry has this year, we looked at it going into the game against the Ravens. The kid Tajay Spears has taken 50% of the snaps. Now, sometimes the two of them are on the field. So Henry's getting fewer snaps this season than he's had, in a while. Yep. So do that in the Lions backfield. How about sending him downhill against the Eagles and the 49ers? You think that fits what Dan Campbell wants? How about the Bills doing this? And plus, you can call up the Titans and say he's in another conference if you're Detroit. What if you're Dallas? Come on, man. Another one. Because just look at what McCaffrey has done for the 49ers. 49ers plus. Henry pluses you up. But he's pushing 30, which means you might be able to give up less for him. Number one is Saquon. That's it. Hey, Giants, you don't want to pay him? We'll pay him. Hey, Giants, we know you love him. We know he doesn't want to be traded. But, you just won your second game. Come on now. Godfather it. Flip an insane amount for Saquon Barkley. He can be your McCaffrey. And McCaffrey was banged up in Carolina before he went to San Francisco. You know what I mean?
Good point.
So he can plus you up in the same way McCaffrey plussed up San Francisco, because remember last year, San Francisco still had all those stars, and then he walks in the building and suddenly everybody's standing taller and saying, okay, the front office gets it. And we get this guy, let's go. Saquon. Now, you're not getting Saquon. Like that there's not enough you could put all three Godfathers together, and that's not enough of an offer. Okay? Honestly. All the Coppolas. Francis
Sophia.
and Sophia. Name a Coppola. That's how that there's not enough. You're not getting them.
Nick Coppola?
Buffalo,
Nick
again, you
Cage.
trade him to another conference. I keep mentioning the same teams over and over again because I'm mentioning the teams with Super Bowl aspirations that still have what it takes, but need that burst. They need that pop. They need that bang. And Saquon is young, and what a dynamite human to put out there in your community. I'd go all in for him. I've gone all in for him ever since he started punking Michigan. So that's my top five guys.
I think we need one more.
All
right, we'll get one more.
I have heard this guy's available through a little bit of the old scuttlebutt. And if it's true, I'd get him. Chase Young. He's looking like Chase Young.
Didn't get his option picked
Finally. What's up with that?
Well, he hadn't played much the previous 2 years.
Well, I mean, I got to check Magic's feed.
That's true. That's true. Magic.
I don't know, man. If this guy's available, if the Washington Commanders are going to flip you Chase Young, I'm okay. You have me at hello. And every team I just mentioned needs pass rushers. Every team, any Super Bowl worthy team, anybody that thinks they have a shot. This is a guy who can fill your need. And those are my top five guys I would go all in for at the trade deadline right now. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.